to give you documentations, girl.
Oh my God, somebody please say it ain't so. I'm about to tell y'all the full story of Usher Raymond. All y'all know is about what happened with him with Diddy at the Flavor Camp, but I'm trying to let y'all know it was a whole lot of stuff that happened way before then. But all y'all remember about Usher's legacy is him and Diddy fighting over a cereal box.
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No, I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, just let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. Usher look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. Usher.
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
What the f did Puff just say? Nobody's going to acknowledge this but me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was fucking stupid. Listen,
we're having a good time. Yo, Usher made it in the... Hey, yo.
What you just witnessed was the moment that set off all the conspiracy theories about Usher being taken advantage of by Diddy. But I'm trying to let y'all know right here on this video, even though Diddy is a bad man, he's not the only bad man in the industry. People thinking that Usher is traumatized by Diddy because he said this before.
Being around that man, Sean Puffy Combs, I don't sleep to this day. I have a problem sleeping to this day. Like, yo, man, I'm here to work, man. I ain't sang in a week. I'm 13 years old, and I'm telling him, look, you're going to put me in the studio, man. You got Biggie Smalls in there. You got Craig Mack in there. I'm not here to party with you. I don't want to go to the clubs. Matter of fact, I'm too young to even be in here. Why you got me in clubs? We would fight. We would tough.
Usher been telling plenty of stories. People believe every word that he have to say, but I'm about to be showing y'all in this video. All y'all got to do is stay tuned. He been telling a whole bunch of different stories. So when he told this to Howard Stern, this may or may not be the truth.
I moved to New York City. And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
in the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really.
Come on.
But hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place. And I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans.
And your parents
Jodeci,
were
Mary
okay?
J. Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 in the morning with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem.
Yeah.
I had like,
What
like
a
living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
See?
What I'm trying to tell y'all is that Usher seen some very curious things with Diddy, but he saw curious things way before he got with the diddler. He been seeing all different types of things. I'm about to share a lot of these things with y'all right now. Y'all gotta stay tuned. I'm about to share this amazing interview that I seen. The young lady, her name is BJ, investigates an incredible documentary, man. I'm doing my review on it. I left the link in the description box for the full video. Y'all need to check that out, but y'all need to check it out here too, man. Look at this.
You know, without that artist development of Aristilla Face Records, I wouldn't be the mentor that I am today.
Clive Davis was looking like an owl when Usher said that.
You know, without that artist development of Aristilla Face Records, I wouldn't be the mentor that I am today.
Oh my God, why they so close, man? And why is his face 20 times bigger than Usher's face? This is creepy, man. Like, give me a kiss. You know Usher would do it if he asked him. Like, no problem, man. Is that all you want? Like, come on. Like, well, what else you need from me? Like, what else do you need from me? When Usher get around them big wigs, he be looking like he ready to go. But he got cement in his boots. Whenever he around Diddy, he look like he want to get the out of there. But he can't move because if he do, something bad might happen to him. They might leak one of them tapes or whatever the case is. They got leverage over this man. Like, give me a kiss. Like, sure, whatever, man. Like, is there anything else you want, sir? Please, sir. Give me another kiss.
Usher Raymond IV was born on October 14th, 1978, to parents Janetta Patton and Usher Raymond.
This mother looked like she a transquilicus or whatever, or transquilicus. What you call it when people be holding on to puppets? Let me Google this real quick. Ventriloquist. That's what she looked like. Look, a ventriloquist, a person skilled in speaking in such a way that the voice seems to come from a source other than the speaker. I make me wanna live the one I with. I got a new relationship with you. That's what we do. I'm gonna make the basic thing. You make me. You make me.
Usher's relationship with his dad was basically non-existent because the dad unfortunately struggled with substance use and addiction throughout his life.
Wait a minute, his dad was on crack.
Unfortunately struggled with substance.
Usher's dad is a violent jailed crack addict. Now the question is, did Usher ever hit the pipe? I know Diddy got the answer to that question.
Substance use and addiction throughout his life, so he didn't really spend any time around Usher as a kid. Usher grew up in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where he attended a church where his mother was the choir director.
Damn, his mama was fine. Beautiful. Is he drinking a beer? Oh, hell no. What the hell? What? That looked like a can of Colt 45. She was a horrible mother. No wonder she sent him to Diddy house at a young age, where he was introduced to very curious things. He had a can of Colt 45 when he was just a baby.
Director.
Growing up in Chattanooga, Tennessee, there wasn't a lot of different ways to really explore yourself, and then a lot of options of life.
At a young age, Usher wanted to be a preacher, but that would all change by the time he was 12 years old. Some sources credit his grandmother to discovering his singing talent, but Usher himself credits his mom.
Was your grandma discovered you as a singer, would you say, or not?
No, actually my mother.
Your mother?
Was the first person who gave me an opportunity to sing outside. We should turn that phone off, don't you think? Yeah, should hold all calls maybe. It'd be helpful.
Now, he know damn well his grandmother is the one that discovered him. It sounded like his mother don't want to give his grandmother props because she know that his grandmother will be entitled to that money if she got all the props.
Who again was the choir director at the church.
So it was your mother who discovered your voice, was it?
Yep. I think
that
it
would
was
be a natural thing, I suppose, wouldn't it? Being your mother.
Yeah. Well, my mother was a youth director of a choir that she conducted at our church. My mother actually sang in the choir. I mean, of course, I sang every song that was on the radio, and I'd sing with my friends, but I never knew it as a career or something that I would really want to work at, to potentially make it a job or, you know, a passion of mine.
Amazing, really, seeing as it's been your career since you were, what, 15?
Well, 13, actually.
13?
Yep.
But it wasn't until he joined a youth group that came to perform at his school. That's when I realized that he had talent.
So some father figure just swooped in one day looking for them young boys, and his mother gave him the opportunity to work with Usher. Like, sure, take him. You could have him. Take him off my hands. I'm a single mother. You could do whatever you want to do with Usher. Oh, he can sing. Oh, okay. You a singing coach? Take my son. You could have him do basically whatever you want to do with this man.
Usher was serious about school. He really was. He was a good student. He was helpful. He had a lot of friends. I'll tell you a little secret about Usher that I shouldn't tell. Instead of reading, Usher could sing the words to it. Do you remember our reading group?
Yes.
And he could sing. And then we would get into it and we would start singing with Usher.
So at some point when Usher was like 10 or 11 years old.
Wait, is she sitting on his lap? Why is they so close? It looked like he went back and smashed his teacher like that's the one he wanted and went back and got her ass. Her mouth wide open for Usher. And she probably was a fine motherfucker back in the day. Now they booed up. She got all his paperwork, his pictures. She said he was singing to her while he was in class. Like, he didn't just say his lyrics. He was singing his lyrics to her. Like, A, B, C, double D. It's like, this young man knows my bra size. They literally booed.
I'll tell you a little secret about Usher that I shouldn't tell. Instead of reading, Usher could sing.
It's a secret that she shouldn't tell. So was he singing to her one-on-one after class? Like, I want to see that talent, honey. Like, you make me want to leave the school I'm with and do a tutoring session with you. That's what I want to do. What was going on?
Helpful. He had a lot of friends.
Look at her hand. On his hand, he got his arm around her booed up mackin'. It's bad enough he got his arm around her shoulder. She had the nerve to take her wedding hand with her wedding band and caressed his hand. The chalkboard in the back, she's sitting on his lap. What type of freaky deaky? Wait a minute, run that back.
He was a good student. He was helpful. He had a lot of friends. I'll tell you a little secret about Usher that I shouldn't tell. Instead of reading, Usher could sing the words to it. Do you remember our reading group?
Yes.
And he could sing.
Is that a picture of them booed up back in the day the same way when he was a kid? Yo, somebody need to take her teaching license. Wait a minute.
Sure. That I shouldn't tell. Instead of reading, Usher could sing the words to it.
That's her back in the day with Usher when he was a kid. Man, oh my God. Da-da-do, man. I can't even believe it. He had sauce even back when he was a kid. He been getting molested for God knows how long. Hold on, wait a minute.
Do you remember our reading group?
Yes.
And he could sing. And then we would get into it and we would start singing with Usher.
So at some point when Usher was like 10 or 11 years old, this singing group came to his school, and the group was called New Beginning. The group was composed of 4 young men, and they would sing and dance and perform for local high schools, and their message and their mission was to kind of keep kids off drugs and basically tell kids that you don't really have to be doing all that criminal stuff to be cool or whatever.
Like, look, girl, you don't have to do drugs. All you have to do is be my friend, okay? Say no to the Percocets. Say no to the weed, baby. Oh, don't do drugs, honey.
Well, Usher really wants to join this group, and he basically begs his mom to join, and finally he does audition and he joins the group.
This is a photograph of your first band. I believe this is from 1993. Yeah. And the name of the band?
New Beginning.
New Beginning. Were these like your neighborhood friends, or was this like a band of...
So we were like an anti-youth drug group. Like, we would go out and we would go to schools and we were tumbled and we would do positive things. There's just so many negative things in our world.
What was the first time you heard yourself on the radio? Was it from this?
The first time I ever heard myself on the radio, yes, I was in the group. And I think I was in the car with my mother. And I didn't believe it, but I heard myself on the radio, and I'm like, oh my God, I made it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's exciting, so exciting. I mean, have you ever reached a level of excitement that equals that?
The first time is like no other. I mean, in
1991, Usher did record 10 songs with the group New Beginning, and it was released only locally by mail or something, but eventually once Usher did become super famous, like by 2002, they did re-release that album, and you can get it today.
I was in a group for a very short amount of time. This was an anti-youth drug group. It was an anti-youth.
My candy girl, you are my world. You put in that album nowadays, you're going to fall asleep on the expressway, man.
Youth drug group in Atlanta. I'm sorry, Chattanooga, Tennessee, which is where I'm from.
Usher's mom, Janetta, did tell this story about Usher meeting New Beginning at his school, and she said he met this group and he was very persistent that he wanted to be in the group.
He met this group, and he was very persistent. You know, he really wanted to sing in this group. So I said, okay, that's fine. I'll let you participate.
Janetta, Usher's mom, who would ultimately end up being his manager/momager of sorts, she actually said it wasn't until Usher joined this group and started performing that she realized how much talent Usher really did have.
That's when I really realized that this kid right here is truly talented.
So they saying that his grandmother discovered his talent. Then they say, no, his mother discovered his talent. Now she's saying she didn't even know he had talent until after he joined the group. Because he wanted to join the group. He begged her to join. He seen them performing at his school. He wanted to be cool, get girls too. They put him in the group. His mother ain't have a clue what was going on. Somebody lying. Why is they trying to take credit from Usher? By the sounds of things, he's the one that discovered his talent. He the one that pursued his singing career. When he started to catch fire, that's when his mother swooped in and took all the credit.
Yeah. So she was like training you? How did that work out?
Well, you know, my mother...
Like, do your push-ups, Usher. Come on, do it.
No. My mother, she can't get on you. My mother will, you know, really rag on you if you, you know, a puny man walking around feeling sorry for me. Now, I'm not going to feel sorry for you. You need to go ahead and work out. Do your thing. You know, have you done your vocal lessons for today? So she's been somewhat of a coach, a mother, a friend.
Yeah.
You know, best friend, all of that, you know, in a ball. But I enjoy having my mother as my manager simply because, you know, I mean, who more can you trust than, you know, your own blood?
And that's about the time that Janetta decided that she wanted to move the family from Chattanooga, Tennessee to Atlanta, Georgia.
Now the question is, was she planning on prostituting her son or starting his music career, or both? Because why Atlanta, Georgia, out of all places? She went straight to the devil's den to get this man's career started. You got to do what you got to do. If they got more opportunities in Atlanta than Chattanooga, you figure, hell, let's get up and go. But she uprooted everything, banking on Usher. So if he failed, it would have been over for her, man. She would have put all the blame on him. So he had to do whatever it took to help his mother out.
Atlanta, Georgia.
I moved to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and that's where I live now with my mother and my father and my younger brother.
But why in Tennessee?
Well,
it's not like the center of entertainment USA, right?
No, that's why I moved to Atlanta.
I knew that he had a talent. Atlanta was just an hour and a half away.
And she knew that here in Atlanta, there was more opportunity than in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And all you had to do was tap into the right mix.
We moved the family to Atlanta.
But Usher did not want to leave his hometown, and he did not want to leave his new band that he was in.
I decided to pull him out of the group. We are here in Atlanta. There are bigger opportunities here. Which he told me, you have to start my life. You have to start my world. And can you imagine how heartbroken I was? Because I knew it was not a good situation for him. I knew that.
And Janetta is pretty consistent on this story as she tells it in interviews, and Usher's pretty consistent on it too. But when I was researching for this video, I found a different version of the story. And I don't know if it's necessarily exactly a completely different version of the story, but it certainly has some details that Janetta and Usher left out. And it comes from one of those band members who was actually in New Beginning with Usher.
Oh man, see, now this is the part where y'all need to hit that like button and leave a comment too, because it's looking like Usher and his mother been lying this whole time.
I was a part of the child sensation group called The New Beginning. Let's go back to those days, man. How did the group form, man?
Daryl Wheeler was out there. I was also in the group called Flippo Mars. Daryl found me in that group and seen the talent that I had, and he formed a group called the Happy Clowns, man. And we used to dress up in clown suits and tell kids to just say no to drugs all around the projects, all at the schools, all over the world. And we met a guy named Sylvester Burton. And he said, man, you need to get them kids out of them clown suits and put them in some nice clothes, man. Make them like New Edition. They'll make $1 million. He took us out the clown suits and the makeup, but kept us singing positive music. We used to stand on the street corners and sell those tapes and CDs, man. We ended up signing a record deal out of Fort Lauderdale with a company called Foresight Records. It took out like our life changed, man. We ended up putting the album out.
So if Usher's mother was okay with her son putting on a clown suit and singing, she was okay with Diddy doing whatever it is that he wanted to do with him as well.
Getting charted on Billboard?
So Usher's mama was singing positive music. We used to stand on the street corners and sell those tapes and CDs, man. We ended up signing a record deal out of Fort Lauderdale with a company called Foresight Records. It took out like our life changed, man. We ended up putting the album out.
So New Beginning charted on Billboard?
Yeah. And so Usher's mama at the time said, you know, hey, I want my son to be the lead singer of the group. Usher can't beat Adrian singing. Usher, I tell him to his face, and he know that.
And Adrian and I, we were the lead singers in the green
Which
shirt.
one's Adrian?
Right there, in the green shirt. And we were the lead singers.
Okay.
And so, but his mom wasn't having it. His mom was like, I want Usher out front. If you notice the picture, let me grab a picture right quick, okay?
This is classic shit y'all getting right here.
Wow. So Usher's mother didn't want her son to play second fiddle to nobody. I want him to be the lead singer. Since they got some success, she just want to push her son to the front of the line and then pulled him out the group because they wouldn't let him have it my way, would I say go, because I'm in control.
Yeah, y'all, this is shit that I didn't even know. You feel me?
This picture right here, that's the group.
Right.
That's in the purple, that's Usher in the white.
Right.
When his mother bought him that white shirt on purpose, she was supposed to get him a yellow shirt, but she wanted him to stand out, so she bought him that white shirt.
Wow.
And that's why it looked like that on this picture. His mom wasn't having it. She ended up moving to Atlanta and kept pressuring Daryl to make him be out front. And Daryl was like, nah, they all sing together. They a group. They gonna stay together. So she used to take our songs. She worked at Blue Cross Blue Shield in Atlanta. Babyface record label was at the top of Blue Cross Blue Shield. He owned the whole top floor. He would give the music to the janitor and have him take it up there. And one day, the record exec that said, I want to meet.
So was she banging the janitor? Now, I know I shouldn't take it there always, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. He mopped them floors on the first floor, second floor, third floor, all the way to the top of the building, baby. What you want, what you need. The only way you gonna get up there is with me. I know L.A. Reid. I clean his bathroom toilets. He probably left the CD in the bathroom with a sticky note on it. A real sticky note. She had to get it how she lived, man. She was hustling that building. She moved to Atlanta, started working there, not because she wanted to work at the Blue Cross and Blue Shield. She wanted to be in that building with Babyface, with a demo, and her bra. And it worked, man. She worked her magic. Hold on, play that.
Meet Miss Patton and brought us music and Usher up there. They listened to our music and he was like, man, where this group at? Babyface fell in love with it. And his mom and them told him that, you know, we weren't together no more. The group
what were y'all together at the time, or she just said that?
No, we were still together. She just told me we wasn't together no more, but my son's still singing. And so she took Usher up there and Usher was singing for him. And
she took day tape up there. She ain't pay for no studio time, no nothing. They blood, sweat, and tears got Usher a record deal.
Fell in love with him, and they signed him to a deal.
And that part right there is a major discrepancy. On Usher's Wikipedia page and on all these different places, it is very clear that the story that's presented to the public is that Usher was signed only after going on talent shows and things like that. I'll get into what that public story is. We are going to talk about it in just literally a few seconds. But in the meantime, I do just want to point out here, Anthony Bird said the way that Usher got signed was that Usher's mother worked in the same building as Babyface's record label.
So I moved to Atlanta. My mother, she began to showcase me, you know, in different talent shows. And, you know, I was recognized, you know, luckily by someone, you know, who was an executive at a record company. So they introduced me to LA Babyface. And, you know, I sang for them and they sort of let me.
Like, we want you, like that.
Something like that, or more or less like, can you handle this? Do you really want to do this?
And can you handle this, young man? He probably unzipped his pants. Like, do you really want to do this for a record deal? Hey, man, we ain't even get around to Diddy yet. So all of this stuff suspect. His mother suspect, the way he got signed, the first group with the clown suits, all of it is strange, man.
Well, would it come as a surprise to you to know that Babyface's record label was none other than LaFace Records? And LaFace Records was a joint venture started by L.A. Reid and Arista Records and Babyface. So this is the first version of the story that you're going to hear in this video, but I do want to give you a heads up and a warning that it is not the only version you're going to hear.
And you know, a whole lot of other things happen, from him running away from home, from fights and, you know, tears and crying.
Apparently he was crying every day, and he even tried to run away from home to avoid moving to Atlanta. He accused his mother of destroying his life and trying to take his dreams away.
Like, Mom, you ain't shit. You know so-and-so can sing better than me. I don't want to be number one. I want to be number two, Mama. Like, shut up, Usher. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Now, you the lead singer. You're going to be the one bringing in the money because I'm tired of working for these white folks, Usher. I'm tired. Say, Mama.
In any event, the family did end up moving to Atlanta, and by the family, I mean Janetta, Usher, Usher's stepdad, and Usher's half-brother. And once they moved to Atlanta, that's whenever Janetta started to enter Usher into local talent competitions, and this is where it starts to sound.
He said, yeah, I'm working overtime.
And once they moved to Atlanta, that's whenever Janetta started to enter Usher into local.
Look at his little face. He got his hat to the back like Casey and JoJo and everything. Hold on, man. I need to see this because he looked like a fish out of water. Look.
Talent competitions, and this is where it starts to sound very familiar to not only Britney Spears.
He ejaculated all over them people, man. He need to have on a t-shirt that say parental advisories if he gonna be singing like that. What's wrong with that little boy, man? They turn him, his mother turned him into a deviant, y'all.
But also to the Backstreet Boys. And like I already said, Usher did tell his mom that she, quote, destroyed his life.
And so I began to enter him into competitions after I pulled him out of that group, which he told me, you have destroyed my life. You have destroyed my world. And can you imagine how heartbroken I was? Because I knew it was not a good situation for him. I knew that.
When you pulled him out of that group, how long was it before Usher was able to know and you were able to know in your heart that as a mom, you made the right decision?
Let me tell you something. God is good because it happened overnight.
Literally?
I promise you. I promise you. In 3 months' time, from the time I took him out that group to the time that he signed his deal, he was on Star Search and had a record deal.
That's amazing.
So when Usher was 12 or 13 years old, he meets Bobby Brown's bodyguard, a man by the name of AJ Alexander, at a local talent show in Atlanta, one that his mom had put him in.
The one place where you get an audience or an immediate reaction, whether you're good at it or you're bad at it, is at the talent show.
What happened to Star Search? I thought it was 3 months tops. Went to Star Search, he landed a record deal. Now, he in bed with Bobby Brown's bodyguard.
The Holiday Inn that we're getting ready to go to is the place where the audition was held for the Atlanta Talent Search. That was like the big break. That was the talent show that offered me my big break. And I met AJ there.
What's up with the police escort? You know I got warrants, man.
So
it's a place, dog, where it started.
This little detail also brings up yet again how it's important that there's two different versions of this story we're working with.
AJ really believed in Usher from the first day that we did the audition for the competition. It was AJ.
It was this room right here. And when you started singing, it's like you went from 13 to 23. I was like, yo, this dude is a superstar. I saw it that quick.
We can't go in there right now, but this is actually...
From 13 to 23, like it seems like he's ready. Usher, are you ready? Like, I'm ready, sir. Believe you me, I'm ready.
My house is covered, and AJ met me. I was performing on this stage right here. Who would have ever thought that way out here in the middle of Decatur, at the Holiday Inn, I would meet the guy who would introduce me to the record company that actually put together my first album.
Motel, hotel, Holiday Inn.
I wouldn't believe in me enough to record an album with.
people used to make fun of him because I used to make him sing on the spot. It was like, sing this. Everybody told me, I said, sing. And it was sing everywhere. I said, I'm singing, bitch. And I used to get mad because even major producers, remember I had you sing for Dallas and
112, man.
112.
Because on the one hand, the official story from Usher and his mother, Janetta, is Janetta pulled Usher out of this band, starts putting him in these local talent competitions in Atlanta. One thing leads to another. In a very rapid amount of time, Usher meets AJ Alexander, who happens to also be Bobby Brown's bodyguard. On the other hand, one of Usher's New Beginning bandmates said that Usher's mom was two-timing and scheming against them behind their backs and basically shopping Usher around as a solo act. In his version of the story, Janetta is passing off, little New Beginnings tapes to the janitor of the Babyface's records, which is LoveFace Records, which is where Usher did end up getting signed for his first album. But Babyface himself has produced music for Bobby Brown. So at this point, I do start to wonder, are these record companies sending, bodyguards and random people out to these local talent shows just to scout for talent? Or is this whole meeting Bobby Brown's bodyguard thing just a cover-up for perhaps the true story?
If they exposed to a lot of different people.
You're a such and such producer, like, yo, hey, I got this kid, man. This kid can sing. You really got to check this kid out, man.
They had him sitting on a predatory Santa Claus's lap. Hold on, y'all.
For perhaps the
Man, this man look like he's scheming. Is that Barry Gordy? Who the hell is this man with this Santa Claus suit on looking like a pimp? Got a little Usher all on his lap, like that's what I'm talking about right there.
True story.
His mother been on that weird shit. Just putting her son off on other men. That's all she been doing, is putting Usher off on other men.
If they exposed to a lot of different people.
You're a such and such producer, like, yo, hey, I got this kid, man. This kid can sing. You really got to check this kid out, man. I mean, this kid is dope, man. Go sing for him. Go sing, man.
And I would go into the all-time famous moves.
And the only one that listened to me was Brian Reid.
Yeah.
Only one. Brian Reid.
Brian Reid. Thank you very much.
I first heard about Usher from my brother, Ryan, who was vice president of A&R at LaFace. And he told me that he had saw this young man that he really thought was incredible. And I said, you know what? Would you bring him by the office?
Got up there. LA was in the office, and Usher was just like, he could believe he was me in LA.
Usher performed for me in my office. So I went in and got all the girls in the office and asked them to come in.
So he started singing for the ladies, and it was like, oh, this kid's cute. And there was one lady named Cheryl, the one I had to question on. Just like this, she said, had a nice little dress on. Usher went up to her like that. He started singing, and he kissed her on her knee. Like,
and this guy was 13 years old. So a 13-year-old charming these, 20-year-old women, I was very impressed with it.
And they cut the music off and said, do you want to deal? Would you like?
Pedo shit. Like, yes, that's what I'm into right there. He's only 13, impressing older women. I wonder if he can impress some older men. I wonder if he can work that magic on Sean P. Diddy Combs. I'm pretty sure he can. And if he can't, Puffy can bring it out of him. He'll be selling millions of records to kids and adults. Oh, it's going to be a double whammy.
Just sound my record company.
He got down on one knee and he sang Boyz II Men's End of the Road. He really charmed the girls in my office.
That was my first meeting with Usher, and it was also the day that I signed.
Things to think about. Now, AJ would take Usher around to perform at more local talent shows, and that's how Usher eventually did land a spot on Star Search.
I went to the Star Search. You're familiar with that, right?
Right, absolutely.
With the Star Search.
And a welcome 14-year-old Usher Raymond.
So basically, he was an industry plant. He got a deal, then went on Star Search. So they was shopping him to the public. Like, okay, we got the artist. Now we got to work him into the system. Make it seem like it's organic. Like he was on the hustle and bustle. He was grinding it out. Even though they already signed him. Like, all right, young man, time to hit the chitlin circuit. Let people know who you are. Got to show your face before we just put you out there. Nowadays, they just put an artist out there. Like Ice Spice. Like you didn't even see her coming. You just wake up one day like, bam, like booty, 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 all in your face. Like she do got a nice butt. But with Usher, they couldn't do that back in the day. Just some little boy on the TV screen talking about my way. With dimples, the Wu-Tang Clan would have whooped his ass. He had to go through the hustle and bustle just so the other artists would stay off his behind, man.
How could you love me and leave me and never say goodbye?
DOCZ did a lot for me professionally. Just to be in front of a camera, in front of millions of people, that was basically the beginning of all of it. I got a lot of calls after that. But beforehand, I had talked to a big LaFace, a rap over at LaFace. He introduced me to Reid and Babyface. I had a talent show in Atlanta, Georgia. I had won it like 3 times, and he finally said, "Yo, I want you to meet somebody." You wanna...
Man, he lying his ass off. The publicists, they got him telling stories. They trying to make him legit. Can Usher really sing like that? The dude from 112 could sing better than him. Like, really think about that. Is Usher a good singer? You got it bad when you all alone and hang up and then call right back. Anybody could do that. You know you got it bad when you stuck in the house. Come on, man. Is he really talented or is he an industry plant?
Have a record deal? Sure, hey, why not? So
Why not? And you were 14 years old, right?
Actually, I was 13.
13.
This happened, yeah.
Now welcome 14-year-old Usher Raymond.
I was 13 and I went over.
Did you feel like that took away from your childhood at all?
No, I was living every day. I mean, I had a mother who was strict. I still had to clean up the house, take the garbage out, and then still, complete an album. Go to school, go to sleep. Do your homework, mop the floor, take the dog out, take the dog for a walk. Don't make me take my pen.
Public relations, man. He working the hell out of that PR. They set him up good. Like, when they ask you this, you say that. When they say that, you say this. You got it, Usher? You remember Usher? You got it? Like, yeah, man, I got it, man. They had him lying for years. We don't know what the truth is.
I love your mom. Feeling great. I feel nervous, a little bit overwhelmed. I feel a little shaky. I don't know what's wrong with me. No, but it's good. No, it's good. You're going to be good. It's a good feeling. You look great, and you're amazing. And just from woman to woman, from hip-hop. Feeling great. I feel nervous, a little bit overwhelmed. I feel a little shaky. I don't know what's wrong with me. No, but it's good. No, it's good. You're going to be good. It's a good feeling. You look great, and you're amazing. And just
they was sending that signal to her brain. That shit didn't connect right because they know damn well she can't remember nothing. Now they got it to where they can send the shit via signal to your mind to get you to act and say whatever they want you to say. But it's a possibility you can face a glitch. Back then, Usher just had to go along with whatever they told him to say, man.
Especially for artists who have worked what is called the chilling circuit, and had to, travel around in a van and go city to city, state to state, day to day, day and night, put the hours in. These shows make it a lot easier. But, those opportunities pave the way. I mean, if you go all the way back to...
Okay, the auditions for Reid.
So he brings Usher to my office at 14 years old.
Just by himself or with his parents?
With his mother. Usher comes in and he starts to perform for me. He drops down on one knee and he starts singing this song called
Usher came in and he starts to perform for me. He dropped down on one knee in front of his mother, might I add. And that's when I knew this young man had what it took for a record deal. I didn't expect it. It's not in front of his mother. He dropped down on one knee. He performed for me.
The it factor.
So he auditions for Reid.
So he brings Usher to my office at 14 years old.
Just by himself or with his parents?
With his mother. Usher comes in and he starts to perform for me. He drops down on one knee and he starts singing this song called End of the Road, a song that Babyface and I had produced for Boyz II Men. It was a really big hit. He starts singing the song, and like that, I was like, oh my God. 2 things happened. One is a star was born, and 2, I really knew what my calling was that day. I was like, now I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to do this. I'm supposed to find guys like Usher.
And he gets signed to the label LaFace.
From now on, for the rest of my life, I will be looking for young men like this. This is my calling. A star is born. He dropped down on one knee and performed for me in front of his mother. That's when y'all let me know how y'all feel about this, man. Usher seen some curious things. Now is the time I show some love to the people that be leaving comments in the comment section of the videos that actually go to the bottom and leave comments in the comment section, man. I appreciate y'all. I want to thank y'all so much for leaving all them comments. Y'all let me know in the comment section below what y'all think about this, man. I got so much love for y'all. Make sure y'all do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I risk my motherfucking life.
Risk my life to give you documentations, girl. I risk my life to give you documentations, girl. I risk my life to give you documentations, girl. I risk my life to give you documentations, girl.
Sean got the jocks. I'm keeping it funky like some socks. Ponytail with the box, and my cell phone look like a box. Try not to get shell shocked when I start busting out the docs. I got secret videotapes of your mom cussing out your pops all over a box of corn pops. This rhythm got your pop